Hello everybody, welcome back once again. So we're going to be continuing on with the map, and I will just skip the ads for now, but all the ways that you could support me in the game are linked in the description below. The best way to support is to wishlist Alchemortis on Steam. Again, the link is below, so would appreciate if you would do that. I want to do something kind of fun to start. So first of all, this afternoon I did a minor little change here. So remember I was having that map decoration problem. Where the map decorations, which are these like trees and stuff being placed, they're being placed in the border, they're the boundaries of other regions. So I fixed that, and the simple fix to that is to create a convex hull polygon with all of the points, which is a built-in function for Godot. So if I go to my, let's see, create notarized region polygons here. So basically all I do is I just grab all of the node positions and then I create a convex hull from it using the geometry 2D class in Godot. And then you can expand the hull with this offset polygon. And I do need to still calculate a bounding box because I need to know when I'm going to place the decorations, like what region I need to step over. But for every point in that region, which is defined by the step value here, I'm checking to see if that position is inside of the polygon. And if not, then we just skip that. So that effectively gives me a way of narrowing down the total area that I need to step over. And then for each point that I'm going to consider in the area, I can actually check explicitly to see if it's in the polygon. And so there's still some overlap here in the map decorations, but that's just a consequence of the regions being very close together. But this generally keeps all of the map decorations placement only within the area that's relevant. So that's nice. And then it has a side effect too of like, it doesn't fill out all of this blank empty space up here because it's outside of the polygon that's created by that convex hull. So yeah, I would say that that is good to go. And so now what I want to do is I'm going to change this boss patrol here. I'm going to change this into a little flag instead of this eyeball. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take a screenshot, which is a debug tool I have. So I hit F1, and what that does is that creates a screenshot here. But the screenshot is at the resolution of the game, so it's 640 by 360. Which means that what I can do is I can, how do I zoom out of this? Oh gosh. I can just bring that right into A-Sprite, and then I can draw the flag that I want to draw, or the banner, right on top of that. So I can go to Alchemortis Docs, open up the screenshot, and now I can just draw right on this so I know what the proportions are. So anyway, let's say hello to everyone. Hello, Clickertail, welcome back. Hello, Ninja Link, good to see you again as always. Nathan, welcome, welcome. It's time once again. It's once for again game dev time. All right, again. Hello, Wooius. Good to see you as always. Again, hello, Emerson. Good to see you. Okay. Let's start with drawing then. Let's start with drawing. So, fortunately, my mouse is like in the way here, but that's all right. I could probably just draw it down here. So I'm going to start with just using some bright colors here just so that I know what I'm looking at. So what I'm thinking about doing is making it almost look like a tabletop kind of thing. So if I've got like a base, something like that, that might be too wide, but so something like that might be good. Okay, and we'll just give it some depth. So this is just going to be a doodle for now, but I do want to add a shader here. So that gives it a little bit of depth. And then what I'm going to do is I'll draw the flagpole, and we will, let's see. Let's just take this. I'll use a different color so I can see it. I want to give it a little bit of an angle so that I can flip it. Something like that. We're obviously going to make this look a little bit nicer, but I think that's good for now. Okay. And then we could draw the flag. Now I have to think about how I want to do this. Something like this, and then... I don't know how much curvature I want to add necessarily to the flag art itself, because again, going to be applying a shader here to make it, let's see, to make it wave. So something like that might work. Actually, I wonder if I should make this more straight. It's probably fine. Probably fine like that. Okay, so this thing is just going to move around. This is going to represent the boss patrol. And so obviously we need to color it up, but... Wave? Oh no. Oh no, I said the word. Hello, Lamatos, welcome. Or, wait, I keep forgetting. I think it's llama. Yeah, I think it's an L. Alrighty. So now we can do some stuff in here. Let's just do that for now. Change this color. Put this back here. Put that there. Guess we should probably make this a little bit brighter than the typical. Something like that. Well, we'll make it look good one way or another. I'm almost wondering now if this should be like this instead. Something like that, maybe? Let's see what it looks like with an outline. Probably do like a double outline on this. Yeah, that looks fine. Okay. So now the flagpole, probably want to do something like this. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, I probably should do this up this side too. Yeah. That'll work. try to break up the patterns a little bit here. Okay. Well, we'll just roll with that for now. Now the flag here, we will try to do something a little bit more interesting design-wise on the flag. I wonder if I should do like don't know if I still want to use the eyeball as like the Inquisition's thing, but maybe I can. Let's see. Well, that doesn't really look like anything in particular, so let's do something else. Just put some kind of design on this to make it look a little bit nicer. Wonder if I did. Nope. What do we do here? It's time for Game Dev once again. Yes, indeed. Hello, Jackie Daytona. Welcome back. Wave function collabs. Yeah. World of Forks Cup. The only cup that's won by forks. Okay. Hello, Dan Doze Jaeger. The sheer amount of work that goes into this never ceases to amaze me. Yeah. It's a lot of work. Game development is a lot of work. This is why the typical advice is to scope your games very small, because otherwise you end up with Alcamortis. Which is a big game. It originally was intended to be a small game, and then it ballooned. So there you go. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Wonder if I just did something simple like, can I just do like a little sword here? A sword would work. I could do something like this. That looks a little bit out of place though. So I could maybe, oops, grab this. Could I just shift it down? Wonder if that would work. Not quite. Okay, what if we did, oops, what if we did this? Rotate this so it's facing the other way. That might work. Just move it back to here. That seems decent enough. Doesn't need to be super detailed. And if I wanted to, I could even add little highlights here. Could maybe bring this around like that. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I think that works. Anyway, so this little flag is going to be moving around instead of this eyeball. So hopefully that works. If it doesn't work, well, we'll figure it out. Hello, Bubblegum Lord. Welcome back. Just press the AI button and win. Hello, Neozoid. Just use Unity and make prompts instead. Oh, goodness. Graphics equals good, bugs equals 0, game equals masterpiece. 6-7. Flag stream, yeah. We got the flag stream going on. I actually don't know how I'm going to do this flag, but anyway. Let's do flag base here. We're going to cut this out. Cut that. Flag there. Okay. So now the flag base, we'll do a double outline on it. And then the flag will go on top. Or no, the flag was already on top. That's good. And then the flag, will just give it a singular outline. I mean, I guess we could give it... Do we want to give it a double outline? That's probably all right. Okay. So now I'm going to delete the background. Let's select... son of a biscuit. Select this and that. Crop. And there we go. We've got our flag. I'm going to give this a little bit more breathing room, though. So it's 31 by 32. Let's just do 48 by 48. And I can... It doesn't matter. I'll just put it here. Okay. So now we need to save this. Alchemortis, assets, UI. Map. We're going to call this patrol flag.asprite. And then we can export this as patrol flag. Well, actually, let's do this. Yeah. Selection, selected layers, export, and then the flag base. Selection, selected layers, patrol flag base. Okay, so let's go to our floating eye now. This is going to have to be renamed, but that's all right. We will worry about that in a second. Actually, I probably did this wrong. Let's just bring those over. Okay, offset. Get rid of the offset here. This visuals, what is the animation player doing? Oh, nothing. Okay. Maybe a little bit up. Yeah, that should work. And then patrol flag here. Okay. And we are good to go. So I don't really need this animation player anymore, I don't think. What is this remote transform 2D? I actually don't know what that's for. Set reveal sprite. Oh, I see, I see. Visuals, radius sprite. Yeah, we're good. We are good. So let's just see what that does. That should make an immediate improvement in terms of the... just the visuals here. There we go. Look at that. Doesn't that look so nice? Now it's darkened a little bit because it's not in the visible radius of the player. So everything outside the visible radius, so like the player light radius, gets darkened a little bit. Almost wonder if I should probably just go and redo these icons too. Kind of like this color scheme, using more of the brighter colors. So maybe I'll do that. Anyway, so cute, yeah. So we got the patrol flags, and then let's see. Let me see if I can just find one that's close so I can see it move. So we got this. Let's just grab a booster pack here. Yeah, the patrol flag is moving now. So we make that wave in the wind. That's going to be really good. Now, is this changing its direction based on which direction it goes? Should see that. Get away from me. Oops. Are you serious? Are you serious on me? Okay. I can't tell if it's flipping directions or not. Go back the other way, dude. Oh my gosh. I don't think it's flipping its direction at all. Target position X less than global position .x. I mean, it should be flipping. I don't know why it's not. What in the heck? Is it just never going to the left? Oh, there it goes. It flipped. Okay, finally. Jeepers. Okay, we're good. We're good. So now I need to do a flag waving sprite. I actually have something like this already in Gunforged. I wonder, should I just open up the Gunforged? Let me see if I have this cloned or not. I do. Resources, shaders. Let me see. Let's just open this up. We'll open up Gunforge to see what happens, see what breaks. Oh gosh. Okay. this wave banner here, it's got a canvas group shader on it. Is this it here? Yeah, this is it here. Okay. Let's just copy and paste this over. See if this works. New shader material. Shader, new shader. We're going to do patrol banner .gd shader. Create. Open this up. Oh, did this save? Son of a biscuit. This needs to be moved to resources shader. Okay. So this is not a... It's not going to use screen texture, so we get rid of that. Texture size. Okay. Why is it changing the color? Why do I need that nearest UV? Can I do adjusted UV here? Well, let's just put the nearest UV back. Doesn't seem right to me. Oh, uv.x, texture, pixel size. Ah, there we go. I still had some screen texture stuff in there. Okay. That is obviously not correct. But I think we have some shader parameters in here that we can modify. Oh gosh. Okay, I guess I hard-coded a bunch of this stuff. So you can see that this is not moving on that side. So in Gunforged, I had it like stay relatively stable on the left side, but I need it to be relatively stable on the right side. So that the tail end of the flag should be basically... Oh, you know what? I probably need to... Let me do this too. I think I need to have a little bit of free space on this. I need like padding around the texture. You know what? I'm just going to redo this. Let's do File, Scripts, Export Layers. Okay, Scripts, Export Layers. We're not going to trim it. Let's just export those. Now just make it wave and collapse. It did flip once, yeah. Using fragment, shouldn't it be vertex? No, I don't know. I don't know how vertex shaders work. Now it's being crunched down quite a bit. Do I need this? I'm just messing around. Oh, you know what? Maybe... Why is that getting crunched down like that? Oh, this window is too small. Okay, we're just gonna get rid of this. I have no idea what this shader is doing. So this is just basically making it, this section here is making it so that the wave amplitude is not taking effect beyond a certain UV value. What the heck? I have no idea. Hello, Kelso. Do you have some kind of wave in the shop to smoke? Oh yeah, I do. That's a different kind of wave though. I have no idea what this is doing. Obviously, I don't think this kind of wave is going to be that good anyway. Like, I want some kind of change over time as well. But oops. So that's kind of getting closer to what I want. We're just guessing and checking now. I wonder if I could just do modifier is equal to uv.x 1 minus 1.0 minus uv.x. Oops. Is this doing anything? Oh yeah, okay, well, we'll figure it out. uv.x goes from left to right. What you want is to make the u's right instead of left. Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to do anyway. 1.0, so the modifier is equal to 1.0 minus uv.x. So as the uv goes to the right, the modifier goes to 0, but this needs to be something like... So it needs to be plus 0.5. There we go. Okay, something like that. We did it. After much wailing and gnashing of teeth, we did it. We did it without AI even. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see what that does. So there's actually not a whole lot of motion there right now. So what I can do is I can turn up, well, I can turn up the wave amplitude. Let's see. Oh, look at that. So that's how it looks in game. Hold on, the sun is in my eyes. This freaking... I'm gonna get sunburned. There we go. Okay, that's better. What do you think? I think that looks pretty good. We could still play with the parameters a little bit. We could up the time. We could also up the intensity. I should make those shader parameters, but we're just going YOLO mode, I guess. Hello, V. You came in mid crash out. Yeah. I think that looks pretty good, actually. Can't complain about that. Nice waving flag, thank you. Yeah, I think that worked pretty good, actually. See, I fumbled my way through the shader. I did it. Let's see if I can get into one where there's light on it. So if I chase this one down... Oh, I like how it brightens up when I go near it, too. That's cool. I'm trying to see your brightness. Look at that. Oh, that looks good. I wonder... I should just do that for all the map icons, then. Now, one thing that's not super good is that it is kind of clipping into something you can move to. One fix for that is to just shrink the art, but another fix is I can just move the visuals down a little bit. That might be okay. It might look off-center with the circle around it, but yeah, it kind of does look off-center. Also, it won't be perfectly on the road. So do I want to shrink the flagpole down a little bit? I don't really want to do that. I like the size that it is right now. But it does kind of obstruct certain things. Well, we could try it with the shrunken flagpole. Let's take this patrol flag base. That might be okay, actually. I don't know. We'll see. Kind of love these. Kind of love this kind of stuff. Later, see you lurk mode. Good luck with the flag map, dude. Thank you, Neozoid. Appreciate that. All right, we can close. I wonder if this actually runs. I'm gonna go off on a tangent here. I wonder if Gunforge will run. Nope. Okay, never mind. Let's see how that looks. Hopefully that doesn't look weird being shorter now. No, actually, I think it looks fine. And that should get it out of the way of stuff pretty decently. Yeah, so it's still kind of close to this, but it's not obstructing. Like, it doesn't have any click obstruction or anything, so it should be fine. I think that looks pretty good, though. Let's go over here. Ooh, it's beautiful. Oh, goodbye. Okay, so I'll call that good. Now I'm going to do something a little bit boring here. I need to rename this all throughout the code base. So let's rename anything that's called floating eye. We're going to rename to patrol banner. Oh wait, I think I called it flag. Patrol. Okay, so we renamed all those things. Now I need to look in my code for floating eye. Oh, the fog of war. Oh, okay, we'll handle all those things in a second. I'm not using this anywhere, so let's get rid of that. Patrol flag RNG. Patrol flag configuration. Get new... Oh, I don't think I need this anymore. Where's this being used? I don't need this. So unfortunately, this is a little bit boring, but it needs to be done. So this floating eye revealed texture, I'll come back to that in a second. It's not doing the... Yeah, panel. It's not doing the rename for some reason. There we go. Why did I have so many of these? Look at all these references. Don't want to change that just yet. Ah. Really? Why is it... Okay, VS Code is just like bugging out. It's not renaming my symbols anymore. Thank you. Okay, we're almost done. Goodness gracious. As a beginner, would you recommend Unity or Godot? I recommend whatever tool you're most interested in using. I think you're going to have, like, there's a steep learning curve regardless of what tool you use. So whatever you think you're going to be more interested in is the one you should learn. And the skills are largely transferable. It's not like if you learn a bunch of Unity stuff, none of it is going to be applicable to Godot. There are some basic things that every game engine has in common. And so you're not going to waste your time if you go down learning Unity and then decide that I want to learn Godot. Like, there will still be a Godot learning curve for sure, but a lot of the stuff, a lot of the skills will be transferable, so you don't need to worry about that too much. But I just don't think that, you know, I don't think that either engine is going to be particularly easy for somebody that's new to game development. I don't need that. I'm going to get rid of the notoriety penalty label here. Okay, so we're down to only a couple of references here. Game Maker is pretty beginner friendly as long as you want to make a 2D game. Okay, we're almost done renaming everything here. Okay, so I need the floating eye reveal texture. Patrol flag reveal texture, okay. Let's build this. Let's see if I did everything correctly. Okay, so far so good, but I do have to go to my Fog of War sub viewport and reassign some things. Control flag reveal texture. And then patrol flag manager. Okay, let's see if I did everything correctly. We have no more references to floating eye in the codebase. And those all look good. Okay, let me just make sure that this still works. I'll go and initiate the boss fight here. Now, one problem is that these patrol flags, they start running away again. But I think that all works. Okay, we're good with that. All right. Rename all references to floating eye. Okay, good. I've been wanting to do that for a while. I'm glad that everything has been renamed. So what is the next thing that I want to do? Reload from disk, I guess. So I need to polish up some things. I need to indicate to the user when the map strength is going up. So when this notoriety bar fills, I kind of want to experiment with using a notoriety bar that is different, that is more of like an actual bar at the top of the screen. I think I probably want to do that, so yeah, we'll figure that out. So maybe I'll play around with doing that instead, and then we'll have the notoriety go up, and then when the bar fills, I want to do some kind of animation that indicates to the player that all of the combats are upgrading. But also I need to figure out a way to do that in a more efficient way, because right now it's upgrading all of the active combat nodes. That could be like 100 nodes, but it's regenerating all the combat encounters, which takes actually quite a bit of time. Like each time I generate a combat encounter on my PC, it could take up to like 1 millisecond, which is fine, but when you've got 100 of them being done, that's 100 milliseconds, so that creates an obvious hitch in the gameplay experience for the player. So I think what I want to do is try to do that over a number of frames rather than try to do it all at once. The other option too is to do it on a thread. I think that my operations should be thread safe, I think. But spinning up a thread takes a while on Windows, at least, according to the Godot documentation. But what I probably would do is, what I could do if I'm regenerating the combat encounters is I could take every combat encounter that is immediately visible by the player and upgrade those immediately, and just take the whatever 3 millisecond hit or whatever, and then I could queue everything else up to happen on a thread. And even if that takes, 20 milliseconds or whatever, or 100 milliseconds, those should all be up to date by the time the player can even access another combat node. So that may be something to do. I'll have to play around with that, but I think the first thing I want to try is getting a bar that fills normally, like a progress bar here. And then we'll need to have some kind of like world tier or something indicate to the player that the world has been upgraded X amount of times. So yeah, we'll try it. We'll figure it out. But I'm going to take a quick 3-minute break. And when I come back, we will start experimenting with all that stuff. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I guess we'll just start by, I don't know, come up with a asset for the progress bar up here. How am I going to show... I don't know how I'm going to show the world tier or the difficulty of the map. But maybe that can be done later. Doesn't necessarily need to be done now. Okay. UI... Oh, these are old assets. Level progression. Level progression. Do I want to put it here? I guess... Yeah, I guess I'll just call it like map progress. Okay. Anyway. So I think having the bar be roughly this size is a good idea. All right, let's see. What can I do here? Probably going to want to make it relatively thick. Okay. Now what do I want to do here actually for the bar? Probably going to want to do... something at least a little bit interesting. Maybe something like that. I don't know. Might be too much, but we'll see. Spending too much time doodling on this. But it's fun. Okay, anyway. Something like that can work. I think that's a good size for it too. So now I need the fill part of it. This is, what is it? I guess we'll call this container. The fill. I may want to do something, let's see. I might want to do something different than this. Maybe I could borrow like the health globes, how they swirl around a little bit. I'm sure there's something interesting I can do with this, but right now I don't know. We'll just work with this for now. I'm just going to do a very rough, like... Actually, I'm going to need to highlight these differently. Okay. I'm just going to do very rough, like, highlighting just so I can see what this will look like in-game. Oh, is that not... Oh, don't tell me I did this the wrong way. I think I turned on the wrong symmetry. It's okay. Okay. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. We will see how this goes. Anyway. Doesn't need to be perfect. All right. Probably don't want to do these symmetrically. These little highlights on the bar here. Yeah, we'll see. I think this needs more... just more detail, generally speaking, but should be fine. Okay, very basic. It serves the purpose. What I could do is I could add little notches in here. Just break that up a little bit. All right, anyway. The fill is really the big thing that I need to figure out, but I have enough to work with now. So we can get rid of, we can delete this, we can delete that, we can just crop this down. Now, one question is, where do I want to put the text here? Let's move the container down. So the text here, let's see. Oh, it actually fits in there pretty nicely. But I almost wonder if I should do like a little plaque or something up here. We don't have to worry about that just yet, but it could be something like this. Go to the container. I could do like a little... Well, this should actually... It's fine. Hold on. Where's the center? Oh, I picked the center perfectly. All right, cool. So it could end up being something like this. That might be too much, but anyway. Oh, I put that on the container. Let's not worry about that just yet. Okay, so let's do on the container, we'll do an outline. We'll do a double outline maybe. So I keep forgetting how Godot wants me to do these progress bars, but we will figure it out. Let's call this map progress fill, map progress container. Scripts, export layers. We'll trim, save sprite. Yes, okay, we'll do all that. Okay, so now we've got this run progress bar. This is going to have to change. So I'll just start building this in here and then we'll make the changes as necessary. Texture progress bar, here we go. Textures, under, over, and progress. Progress offset. So yeah, I guess they probably, well, let's see. The offset of texture progress useful for texture over and texture under with fancy borders to avoid transparent margins in your progress texture. Oh, I used the wrong thing. Progress there. There we go. There we go. Okay. So what happens if I go up to like 0.9? Okay, so that works. So I'm thinking I could do something similar to what I'm doing with the health globes, is just put like a cap on here that is animated. So like this, but it would be flipped vertically, I guess. Anyway. Probably should stop messing with the art now, but it's too much fun. It's too much fun to mess with the art. We'll wait 10 years for this to do its export script. Okay. Anyway, so there's our texture progress bar. I mean that's basically it. So I just need to hook this up now. And I'm going to want to animate it as well. I forgot how I typically do this. I have like a secondary progress bar. Yeah, we'll figure that out. That's all. Because what I like to do is when the change animates, so instead of the bar just blipping to the front, what I like to do is I like to do a secondary progress bar underneath it that is a different color. Have that tween to the value and then have that follow after. So you can like see the difference, right? You can see the chunk difference. That goes out first and then the color follows and meets it. It looks a little bit nicer, but we won't worry about that just yet. So I do need wanted label canvas group. Why is this a canvas group? Oh, probably because this needs to fade out. I see. Let's just hide the event container for now. I might need to put the progress bar underneath the canvas group as well. Probably will change this whole thing. Anyway, let's get a reference to that texture progress bar then. Node, private texture, progress bar, on notoriety level changed, on notoriety level cleared. So I probably don't want this notoriety level cleared signal anymore. But anyway, new notoriety level. Progress bar.value is equal to new notoriety level divided by new notoriety. I shouldn't really call this notoriety anymore. This is more like the Inquisition strength, but that's all right. Max notoriety level. So I am going to need to fade out the progress bar. I don't know if that works though. Visual utilities. Fade out. Progress bar. I don't think this is going to work, but we can try it. All right, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I think it would look better if the text wasn't here. Does that actually switch? Yes, that actually, the text pushes it back up a little bit. So that looks a little bit nicer to me. Maybe it's not exactly centered along this line here, but maybe we could figure out a way to put the text inside of the bar. Should be doable, actually. Oops. I didn't mean to remove a card. I actually don't know if that fade in, fade out is doing anything on that progress bar, but that's right. So many things to do. Let me see what it looks like if I put this text inside. I want to use different colors for that, but that could potentially work. We're going to get rid of this icon. And then let's also change this to white instead. Maybe we can do... Well, orange is probably not going to work. I don't know if the text is going to go well there. Another option is to make it so that on hover, it shows the text number, but that might not be good either. I don't know. I don't know. UI is hard. I mean, I think that looks okay. One thing that I want to do probably is change this custom minimum size here. That was way harder for me to find the center than the centering option than it should have been. Okay. Oops, I got. I think I like it if I add some effects to it and whatnot. I think what I like about it is it's a lot more noticeable than the previous progress tracker. I should give myself the God mode so I don't have to worry about losing. Probably this does need to be white. So the combat should be noticeably more difficult now. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. There's one thing that I need to do here. Let's just get rid of all this event stuff. Update state 0. Oops. Get rid of this setup. Get rid of wanted per eye. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And then in here, we can just get rid of this event container. All right, I think that seems to work. That seems to work. Obviously, I need to polish this up, add some more effects and stuff. So, I mean, we could try that. Well, first, I want to do the tween thing, so let's see if we can do that. We can get rid of this screenshot. Okay. Add new run progress bar. Let's go back to Sprite. We're going to duplicate this fill layer. I might have to reconstruct the progress bar myself to get this to work. Oh, maybe not though. So we take the fill background here. We change this to white, change that to that, change this to that. Okay. Let's just go ahead and export this as well. Yeah, so I think what I need to do actually... Oops. What did I just do? I put groups up there. I need to actually remove this under... How big is this? 194 by 25. So we're going to take this and we'll do 194 by 25 for the custom minimum size. Okay. Then what we'll do is we'll duplicate this. We don't need all of this here. We're going to need, actually, let's do a margin container here. Layout. 194 by 25. This progress bar here, that progress bar there. Okay, this is the backing progress bar. I suppose I don't need all this now. I can just make that its own sibling there. So we've got the backing progress bar. This now becomes this. Should have all the same stuff. So if I change the value here, there we go. Then we're just going to add a texture rect here for the actual background. Map progress background. Progress bar container. So I basically just reconstructed it, but I've got the layers in place now so I can have this backing progress bar show up. So we're going to need to access that as unique name, access this as unique name. Node private texture progress bar, backing progress bar, private tween, progress tween. So on notoriety level changed, update state new notoriety level. So let's store also the target notoriety level. Target notoriety level is equal to new notoriety level. Just trying to think of how I want to do this. Oh wait, I guess I don't need to store... Yeah, I don't need to store this target notoriety level. Never mind. Okay. Progress tween dot kill if valid. Progress tween equals create tween. We're going to say progress tween property texture progress bar dot property name value. Set ease tween dot ease type dot I think I want out. Set transition tween dot transition type dot cubic. And then we tween the progress bar after that, the normal progress bar value. Let's see what that does. Hello, Jack Into. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you here. So unfortunately, the notoriety is being emitted before we go back to the map here. And also that progress bar is not fading out anymore. Oh, I need to fade out the progress bar container. So I guess that fade was doing something. Progress bar container. Boom. Okay. Anyway, I'm not going to restart for that. I really need to give myself the God mode item. So you can see it kind of working, but you'll see it especially if I go here. Do I want in? I keep forgetting what I want. Ease out cubic. So it is out that I want. Maybe we'll try quint. We'll try that, see what that does. I think one problem is that maybe this just needs to be faster. We could do tween, progress tween interval 0.5. Let's try that. Alchemortis, hell yeah. Yep. Check out the game on Steam if you want to see what it's all about. Got lots of work to do, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, so now we can see that tween happening there. It's just a little bit nicer, I think. And obviously if I get bigger increments, it's going to look a little bit nicer. And I need to mess with that timing as well, but can't really see it under the text either. So unfortunately, I'm probably going to need to move that text. I wonder if I should just, we have this control. Maybe if I just set this to shrink begin here. Maybe if I just put it there. I could do some kind of like panel for it on the bar itself, maybe. What does the tween interval do? It's just a wait, basically. It's just like a timer. So the tween will just wait that much time before continuing. Now to fade backwards after the boss, right. Okay, well, I don't know if I like those numbers still, but we'll play with that later. I think it works fine the way it is. If I give this some kind of like cap effect like the health globes, I think that could work pretty well. But yeah, we're gonna have to see, I guess. What if the bar behind the main bar was red instead of white? I think I need contrast there. I think that's why I'm using white. I don't think red is gonna look good. We're just going to keep bouncing back and forth until we get to 100. So I think it's just going to reverse. So now I'm at 100, it goes past 100, and then it just resets back. Which is fine, but probably want to clean that up. And I still need to have some kind of indication to the player of like what difficulty level the world is. Yeah, I don't know. Lots of things to figure out here. I think the next obvious thing to do, though, is to add a cap to this so it looks like it's waving a little bit Looks like it's fluid of some kind. That should go a long way to cleaning that up or making it look a little bit nicer. I could tween the text too. Maybe we'll do that. Variant from variant 2. Oh, I don't have the current notoriety level. Okay, well, maybe I won't do that right now. But we could tween the text as well so it like ticks up instead of instantly changing. That could be something to do, but anyway. So we got some good changes done on this stuff. I'm going to keep playing with it probably this evening, but yeah, I'm just kind of trying to polish everything up. That's going to give me a better idea of like how this new map flow is working. I think it is going to work. I think it is working. I had fun like with the playtest I was doing, even though it was buggy. So I think it's just a matter of tweaking the numbers and making the pacing feel really good. But I do like this new approach. So I'm just going to go all in now and like making it look like it's a final version for the game. And then we can evaluate from there whether it's staying or going. But I have a strong suspicion that this new map approach is going to stay because I think it solves a bunch of the problems of the old map. So, but we'll have to see. And maybe, like I said, maybe we'll do a playtest sooner rather than later so that you all can try the new map system before I go too deep on development with that. But anyway, that's going to be it for the stream for now. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for being here. Very much appreciate that. Again, you could check out Alchemortis on Steam. It's linked below. All the ways you could support me and the game are linked in the description. So check it out. Wishlist the game. Would appreciate that. And yeah, I hope you all have a great rest of your evening. I'll be back at it tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. I hope to see you there. Okay, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.